Standard has had a red aggro deck for a while now, and the reason is Monstrous Rage, Heartfire Hero, Manifold Mouse, Quarry Steel Cutter, etc. Red aggro comes with small creatures, it has big swings, and usually it has zero patience. But this version, it's juiced! We're running a full suite of combat tricks. So the star of the show is still Monstrous Rage for the most part. It's just such a strong card, and it's not ban worthy, but it's definitely one of the best cards for aggro. The reason for that is it's giving counters for attack, it's giving trample, and all at instant speed. So it makes blocking really ridiculous, especially on top of a Heartfire Hero, where if this creature dies, it does damage equal to its power. Well, that's just a really efficient combo. And so we've seen that before. But what makes this deck really fun is adding more counters to the damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
So Twinferno will let us copy instants or sorceries at instant speed, mind you, or we can give double strike for creatures that don't have it, because not all creatures are mice, and we don't want to have to rely on the whole mice archetype just to provide double strike. It is really nice having Manifold Mouse for that reason, for creature types that it supports. However, I wanted a little bit more shenanigans. I wanted creatures that we're used to seeing, like Screaming Nemesis, become even more of a threat than they usually are. I kind of just like the whole surprise factor. Twinferno is a great card in this slot, allows us to add some shenanigans. And then of course, there's Bulk Up, which is also 2 mana, but it doubles a target creature's power until end of turn, and it also has flashback, so that even if you do make it to late game, you're getting beat up, you're getting controlled, you're getting board wiped, you still have a chance. You still have a chance with flashback. That is awesome. So yeah, this is instant speed as well. Put it on a creature, doesn't really matter if it's if the creature ends up being Screaming Nemesis or Ball Lightning or Manifold Mouse, Heartfire Hero. Just pick a creature, whatever you have, right? There's gonna be some shenanigans that can ensue, especially if you're able to cast Callous Sellsword on the sorcery side. Now I have a 3-drop Lizard, Karsus Depth Guard. I've not really seen this card. It's a common. I'm not saying it's a fantastic card, but I like the fact that it's a 4/3 and it can easily not be defender once it goes to 5 power or more, which is very easy to do. Because it's a lizard, it does work with our Rockface Village. It also works really well with all the other pump spells that we have, of course. Now this card could be probably substituted for something better. I was looking for a card that had a high attack damage and a low mana cost value. Of course, we're working with aggro. We don't really want creatures that are more than 3 mana. So that's the deck. It's super fun. I highly recommend it. I'm always looking for competitive decks that do well on the ladder, that are viable, and I feel like this one definitely fits the bill. It's mono red aggro. It just has a few adjustments, and it just makes it even more fun to play to me. I like combat tricks. I've always been a fan of like Embercleave. You know, that's kind of where it all started for me. That card alone won me so many tournaments at my local game store. And so anything I can do to replicate that, I'm always a big fan of. And it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. A lot of fun. One more thing before we jump into the gameplay. I'm a new creator, and so I'm really appreciative of everyone's comments. Don't forget to like or subscribe. It really helps me understand what you guys enjoy. And hopefully it's things like this where we can have fun on the ladder, but also be super competitive. That's my jam. And if that's your jam, sweet. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and let's check this out. All right. It's a pretty good hand. And it's always nice to have a turn 1 creature, that's for sure. I'm always tempted to just start going crazy, but probably best to hold off a little bit. Okay, open mana over there. I'm sure they have intentions to kill. Let's make it a hard decision for them. No? Alright. It's not looking good for... Okay, there it is. At least we still have the Screaming Nemesis. Lockdown proof. That card is so devastating. It definitely does a good job. They're clearing permanents. But look at us go. Let's just do a casual 12 damage. Now, there is a downside to this deck not having instant cast. You know, like lightning bolt, etc. Because this 3 damage that they're sitting on over there may be a little bit harder for us to take care of, but that's something we're just gonna have to solve for. We'll see how long this stays on the board. I'm sure it won't. They just have all the answers. How perilous. Well, yeah, so this version of the deck currently has Charming Scoundrel, which I substituted for the Lizard that I talked about in the intro. For good reason. The swap was necessary. I always like Charming Scoundrel. It's a good value card, but it just doesn't really synergize as well. But we do have Offspring, so that helps get our creature count up. Surely they don't have another lockdown or multi-permanent answer. Yeah, why would they not? The life of an aggro mage. Look, I just want to win the game in 4 turns. What do you expect from me? That's a lot of artifacts. Well, since they gain a little bit of life, we might need the extra damage here. I played that in the wrong order, too. Typical aggro mage. Or, I like living on the edge. No, that was just stupid. But that's okay. Even when you make mistakes. Let's see if there's a way out. Okay, they are down to 2. They're tapped out. We will have... Hopefully, if we draw a creature... Nice. I was just about to say, if we draw a creature, we can rock face village. Nice. Okay, game 2. We've got pretty good mana base here, or mana options. We've got at least 2 creatures, so we will see. Might be a mirror match. I always like mirror matches with aggro. For some reason, I think Screaming Nemesis definitely shines in this scenario. Throw it out there, and you usually want to block with it. Or if you've got targeted removal, it's always a good thing for us when we go first. Alright, they're down to 12. Pretty good start. Yeah, once we hit 3 mana, we're set. Like, there really isn't any need for more than 3 for what we were trying to do. Now, of course, 4 mana is nice for being able to Twinferno into Bulk Up, but yeah, it's not a requirement. That might be a problem, We have no way to deal with flying specifically, but we can just try to outrace their prowess procs. It's kind of funny. I don't think it's very rare that I pick trample, but it is relevant sometimes. In this case, usually damage is going to be the answer, because they're willing to block sometimes, since they can pump. What's it gonna be? Spice. I must have a hard decision over there. I get it. I get it. Okay, they lose their creature. They're down to 7. Not looking good for them. They do have more cards than we do, but I was just about to say we have more creatures. Man, yeah, that's probably why it was a hard decision. They're about to get popped in the face a few times, so they didn't want to do it, or wanted to make sure it was done properly. Yep, there we go. I like seeing creatures. All right. We could get free double strike, or well, at least we know we'll take care of the screaming unless they have a monstrous rage. Okay, that was pretty risky on my part. Yeah, I keep thinking I can double. This is not bulk up. Plus it would be just power only. Alright, let's see if we can get 5 damage. Another screaming. All of a sudden, I feel the pressure. Land, that is not helpful. I mean, we can surprise with the maybe going trample and then surprising with double strike would have been the play. Yeah, I think I realized that. I was just talking about that. It's a habit. Yeah, if we don't draw a creature next turn, we're definitely looking to lose this. Although they should not have any way to gain life. So at least we know that. Alright. Oh. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Okay. Definitely doing this the hard way, but I know if They don't have any creatures. Oh, please don't pump. Okay, see, now we've reset the playing field here. Looks like it paid off. Okay. Yeah, if this was the lizard, it would just be better. But they're gonna have to remove it one way or the other. Almost. So close. Timberheart, not bad. They could potentially draw out some good answers. Land is not going to help though. Oh, what a Screaming Nemesis game. There we go. Yes, equip. Nice. That's how we do it. All right, another good hand. Monstrous Rage, always good to see. Turn 1 creature. We've got turn 2. Oh, this might be a tricky game. Yep, good start. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, they got Corey Still Cutter. Yeah, no blocks. It's always tough. I could play Rock Face. I'd still have enough mana for a Monstrous Rage. Or I could play 2 Monstrous Rages. That's a lot of damage. Man, you'll love to see it. That's what we signed up for. Okay, this is a... I should not be keeping this, but it's mana. It's 2 mana, so could bite us. Could backfire for sure. Dagger, the Virtuous. I will say, after a couple of weeks of playing the game and getting the most of the achievements that come with just playing, right, or crafting or whatever, it's definitely slowed down. It's very rare to get anything new, and I do have various color based titles, and then of course maybe 1 or 2 others, but they've made it challenging enough to grind through, which is good. Well, now we get to see our lizard bro in action. Yeah, it's nice having options, but we'll see. Let's see what they do here. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking double monstrous, but feel like I'm overthinking this. Remove a creature, do some damage. It's usually the best answer. Don't want to get too fancy. They were tapped out, so I knew they had no options or no responses, but Rona, I haven't seen them in a while. Ooh, I like this. Bulk Up and Twinferno with a Callus. So we have many options here. Of course, we don't have Heartfire Hero. Don't really need them. That's something to think about. And there was thinking about it. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're not going to have anything to do with that. Awesome. So this has been a lot of fun. Pretty good hand, ish. I mean, we have our mana taken care of, but we do not have a turn 1 or 2 creature. But we do get to go first. Another mirror. Yikes. Okay. We have no answer for this monastery. And now they're throwing a party over there. And then we drew our 5-drop. The 1 5-drop we have. Alright, yeah, this is where we don't attack. It is possible in mono red to not attack. I mean, even if they trample over it, they're gonna lose something here. Maybe. That's a good start. Ow. Okay, well, down to 1. So that took care of 1. They're creatures. They only have 2 cards, though. I wish we could offspring this. There's no guarantee we get land next draw, so it wouldn't be, in my opinion, worth waiting for the land to get the second, or the offspring. Although, that would be nice. I don't think we have time for that. It's standard. And we're playing against aggro. We do not have any time. Take that! A little oversight on their part. Red aggro mage, or red mage has 1 mana open with a little bit of stick. What's it gonna be? Alright, we've stabilized, I feel like. Coming for you. What'd you get? Okay, there's a land. Yikes. Storm Chaser's talent is so effective. Okay, they're digging. Maybe... Yep. This is a good sign. Ooh, there we go. Bulk Up and Callus Sellsword. I see it. They have no mana open, so this is pretty safe. Ooh, no blocks? That was a mistake. I choose you. And we get to put somebody else out there. Nice. Hey, they're still alive though. I don't think that's enough. Land. What's it gonna be? Okay. 7. Oh man. Oh man. Ball lightning. Nice.